Hi, the visuals you're about to see is a film experiment and not a real film. Anyways, enjoy. Hey, what's up?
Promise you, I didn't forget about our coffee date.
Yeah, I know, I understand. I'm just checking in to know your movements.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just running late. How work can be sometimes.
It's fine. I only just got here anyway, so.
Don't get bored, okay?
I'll probably just grab coffee while I wait for you, Sha.
Alright, see you soon.
Alright, take care. See you soon. Hi, I am back. So that was the first scene of the short film experiment. The general idea of the first scene was to have a very brief conversation between two friends who planned to go on a coffee date. The first friend already arrived at the coffee shop, but the other one is running late, so she has to wait for her. So let's continue the experiment. Hi again. So the friend who is waiting for her friend to arrive orders coffee. She doesn't even know she likes coffee, but I guess she's probably just bored. Anyways, let's continue. The main purpose of this short film is to push my imaginations and test my storytelling skills as a filmmaker and as a storyteller. I have this belief that one of the ways to push your creativity as a filmmaker or an aspiring filmmaker is to see things beyond how they look or how they make you feel when you look at them, if you get what I mean. As a filmmaker, what an everyday person sees when they look at a book or a plant should not be the same thing you see. This is one of the ways I'm learning to train my mind. I'm learning to see objects, people, and places from a film perspective, and I'm also forcing my brain to create stories from these things. And hopefully by doing this, I get to push my imaginations, which in turn helps me create better stories through visuals. And also, this might just be the perfect arc to never running out of ideas. I mean, when you see potential in random things, you'll probably be able to tell stories with anything at any time, just like that. I mean, maybe being a filmmaker doesn't have to be too serious. You can just be very simple and very neutral. So this whole thing did not work out the way I expected it to. I was so nervous. I was very nervous. I don't know if I'm proud, but I had an entire vision of what I wanted it to look like. You know, the way I pictured it to be is the way like a proper production is going to be shot. You understand? The first character walking in, she's sitting down, she calls the waitress, they attend to her order, you know, things like that. I had the whole thing planned out in my head. But because I'm just so nervous and I don't have a lot of confidence.
It's okay to be nervous. At least you took a bold step to like want to do something like this.
I really want to be a great filmmaker, like a badass filmmaker. I see some kind of things some creative make at times, and I am just blown. Like, wow. So, do you think you would ever be able to do this on your own?
Yeah,
To be honest.
on my own. Yeah, because you will not really have anybody sometimes like take around with you for this kind of stuff. And when you say you will create regardless, you will definitely create. So yeah.
I know there are no fresh ideas under heaven, but I still believe one can create something unique out of an already existing idea and make it yours. What matters is how you tell your own side of the story of that already existing idea and how it makes whoever is watching feel, if you get what I mean. You know, most of the projects I've actually worked on, like I solo filmed them, you understand? Like most of them, except the one we went to the art gallery to film, and then the one at the beach. So, and the one at the beach, I couldn't film myself, not because I was nervous. So you see that my nervousness has to do with the kind of setting on the environment, you understand? That they had the art gallery, but that people were also making videos, so it was not too awkward, you understand?
Well, people are also making videos.
Yeah, people are also making videos, but the setting is completely different. You know, this is the kind of face where people will be like, oh, don't make it. You saw when the other guy stood up and they were telling him not to, like. Okay, so this experiment is over. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel. How do I feel? I'm not done taking the shots. I still have to like take some shots inside, and I'm trying to gather the moment and the courage to go in there. I'm not just going in there, I'm going in there to make videos of myself. So I'm not really conscious of that fact. But yeah, this whole experiment has taught me that no matter your environment, no matter where you find yourself, you still have to push You understand? And sometimes it's a plus when you have a friend who is just amazing. You have a friend who is going to be there for emotional support in case you get embarrassed, because embarrassment is a part of the journey. So when I become a filmmaker in the future, I wouldn't have to steal shoots. I would have, like, I'll be able to afford to pay and be like, you know what, I have a shoot here, I can pay you guys whatever you want. Let me gather the momentum to go inside and take some shots. Do you read Alphabet Yellow Song? Maybe there's a way you can download an app that is with the nicest one.